Okay, hi everybody. My name is Lauren Noeth, and I think for this week it was pretty cut and dry for all of us. I think we all agreed on basically all the same things. Just said it differently. For the first question, this relationship was definitely not healthy. Paul is taking advantage of Bill's love for him and lying to him, not being honest to him about his emotions, although he's very aware of those emotions. And I think he's definitely using Bill for all the, like we all said, all the benefits of a relationship or a romantic relationship without the romantic or emotional attachment. And that's totally unfair to Bill. I think there are a few reasons why Paul could have a hard time being honest with Bill. He might be fearful of losing those benefits, or even his friendship with Bill. He might care for Bill, although he doesn't love him in a romantic way. He still might care for him in some sense, although, to us it seems really selfish. But again, he could care for him, all this time that they spend together, what Bill does for Paul. So he might just be worried about losing him and, losing those benefits that come with being in a relationship with Bill. And I also think Paul wants to save face. I think we read that in a different chapter, but I think, being honest to Bill about how he really feels definitely would not make him look like a good person. And so I think he could also be fearful of that conversation because it might ruin the appearance that Bill has for Paul. And I think Paul doesn't want that. And so, I think part of it is that he wants to save face. And I think, I think there might be a part of Paul that doesn't want to hurt Bill. And he knows that being honest with Bill would hurt him. And so, that's selfish in of itself to not say that because you don't want to hurt him. Ultimately, you got to be honest. And let's see, for number 3, like we said, in a previous chapter, we read about how in some relationships you might purposefully overlook red flags because of how prominent and deep your love might be for that person. And I think that could definitely be the case for Bill. Although there is a part of him that senses that something is wrong with the relationship, as mentioned in the case study. I think that Bill is sort of intentionally looking past them in hopes that Paul's feelings might change in the future just because of how much he loves him. He maybe doesn't want to be honest with himself about what Paul is really thinking. And then number 4, the emotional quality of this relationship is definitely poor. Paul benefiting from the relationship in a more tangible